Nail or beauty school was just the beginning, right? What on earth do you do now? Welcome to the Salon Success podcast with Monaco Nail Academy. Our topics stretch beyond nails and into all things salon related, business, marketing, and social media, and at the very least hits you with real, honest stories about our experiences. This isn't school, this is real life, real business, and really freaking hard work. Before we get started wherever you are, thumbs up, tag a friend in the comments, or hit that share button and support small business.
Hey guys, it's Pat here from Monaco Nail Academy, and today I am joined by Penny.
Hello.
And Crystal. She came back again.
Hello.
And we also have Mel.
I'm here. Hi.
And we are going to be talking about how bad do I really need that? And I know it sounds like it's going to be a shopping episode, and we will talk about shopping, but I promise it's not just me looking for excuses to spend money. Promise. But before we get stuck into that, we're going to first say a reminder that before we get started, to use someone's code. Who would like to share their code?
Just a reminder before we get started to use my code, Crystal's Nails, for 10% off all courses. I get a kickback from these enrollments, and they're how we support the production of the podcast. And so that you get it right, it is CHRISTELSNAILS, because why spell Crystal normally?
It's still a lovely spelling, which is cool. So before we get stuck into talking about what you want to buy, let's revisit last week's episode. Mel, I know you're chewing. But hey, can you let us know what we were talking about last week?
Last week we were chatting about client consultations, so why they're important, what kind of info you should be gathering, and kind of like what their purpose is. And yeah, lots of advice and some resources you can access.
And we even talked about the flashy new look to the theory of nails, so that was really cool.
I think the episode is a good, while you're doing the housework episode.
It's very chatty. Yeah, I think it's really good. Okay, let's stop talking about how amazing we are. So from last week's episode, client consultations, this week we are talking about how bad do I really need that? So like I said, we're going to talk about the stuff we really want and do I need to upgrade? But before we talk about stuff to buy, I actually think it would be interesting to talk about, before we start getting, oh my God, I need to spend $5,000. How about, I'm just going to lob this question at everyone. What was your setup when you first started? Like you first started taking models, clients, whatever you want to interpret it as. What was the bare minimum that got you taking bums on seats?
Bums on seat.
Lamp, couple colors.
How many colors?
I think I had maybe 2 or 3.
Oh, okay.
Some files, cuticle pusher. Yeah.
And where did you do it from? Were you in your kitchen? Were you in your bedroom, in your lounge?
Well, for my first lesson, it was at the kitchen table. Actually, first couple lessons was at the kitchen table. But then I found a desk on Marketplace, and that has been my table since. But my dad's making me a new one, so hopefully I'll get that soon.
Oh, that's so cool. So he knows how to do carpentry?
Oh, yeah, he's a carpenter by trade.
Ooh, handy.
Oh, okay. You should do hookups. That's so cool.
What's funny is in upgrading the theory module, there was in the safety thing, there's a thing about have a totally separate eating area and have a totally separate dining area kind of thing for your lunch break kind of thing. If you're not working from home, and all these careful things around food and drink and that sort of thing. And then as I was editing and upgrading and rewriting it, I was like, if the people doing this could see the number of their peers that are going to do their first 3 or 4 lessons at the kitchen table, breaking all of these rules.
It is so awkward to work from the kitchen at the table as well, because we've got a round one too. So
that's the worst.
But sometimes if it's gonna get you started, get started, right? We have there's a vision for what is really good and what we're gonna aspire to. But if it's gonna get you started, just get started. What was your first setup like, Mel?
When I very first started, I had one of those peanut shaped tables on wheels, and just used to wheel it out from the corner in the kitchen, put some chairs literally in the middle of my kitchen, which wasn't a huge space. And I would just have containers with all my stuff in it. And then from there, I ended up getting a external cabin. But yeah, just start. Like I know, Penny, you talk about where you started, but if you've been around for a while, you probably already know where this is going. But fill us in, Penny.
Which part?
From the very beginning, didn't you start like in a bedroom?
Yeah. When I first started, my course came with a kit, so I got that kit. And then there was an upgrade you could get on the kit that came with a table. So my first table was a nail tech table, but I also kind of regret getting that big kit because there was so much stuff that I just didn't end up needing. Like, it wasn't that they'd done like a bad job of putting it together. It's just that like you don't know what you don't know. And so the kit was some of everything. And then it turns out I didn't need some of everything beyond the actual original training kit. But yeah, it came with a table, so I had a decent table. And at the time, I was living with a boyfriend, and so we had 2 rooms between us. Like, it was a flatting situation, so we could afford to have 2 of the rooms. So we had a bedroom, and then we had a nail room. But when we broke up, I moved my bed into the nail room because I could no longer afford 2 rooms by myself. So there was a period of time where the desk was in the corner of my bedroom. And when people were waiting for their appointment, they sat on the edge of my bed.
Wait, were you still living with your ex
No.
at the time?
Like, so he moved out, so then we didn't have 2 rooms anymore.
Okay.
But the nail room had external access, so I moved my bed into it and it just became a dual purpose room. But like, it's the same as, just get it done. Like, was it the most professional setup? No. But did I get to practice nails and make money? Yeah. You just don't build a clientele as fast as you would if you weren't in your bedroom.
Yeah, that makes sense. And I remember when I first started as well, like I was committed. I was like, I'm going to be a mobile nail tech. Like, okay, eat your words. So I started with, I think I have exactly that peanut table that you're talking about, Mel, because I still have it. And I would go to actually, no, when I first started, I did not have the peanut table. So I would just go and use a table at somebody's house. Like, I remember one of my first lessons, it was literally like I was on the couch and she was on the armchair, and Penny was the one teaching, and I'm sure she was judging the heck out of me.
I was just about to bring that lesson up because that was your very first lesson, and you logged in and you were literally on the couch, and then I was like, cool, so you've done the pre-recorded content, and you were like, what content? Which, FYI, for those listening, would mean that you had to then automatically, you can't sit that lesson if you haven't done the pre-recorded prep. And you would have to like either do it right now and hope you've got enough time later to do the actual practical, or rebook and pay to rebook. I think in the case of Pat, there was only a few people in that lesson. So I was like, no, it's fine. Like, I'll teach it to you like as if I am the pre-recorded content.
Thank you for that. I did watch the videos after that. I have watched them. Yeah. And I watched them beforehand from then on. I learned my lesson. So it just goes to show, right, that if you are just starting, you can make it work. Like, don't make that stop you. So have a desk or a table, have a chair to sit in, have a chair for your client to sit in. I think we actually have an older episode where we talked about the bare minimum you need to get started. So scroll back for that. And you want to make sure you have a professional lamp. And if you're like, why professional? There's another episode that talks about that. 2 to 3 colors, a base coat, top coat, buffers, files. And that's about it. Go for gold, and you can upgrade as you go. So my next question is, if we're thinking about upgrading and like, do I really need that? And we also talk about how the Monaco fam is actually very full of neurospicy people. So how do tools and gadgets and gizmos, how does that actually help or hinder executive function? So let me start that off. So for example, having a fancy desk, having like a swish looking, like I'm thinking of Anthea, she has like this beautiful LED sign. Does having those things help our executive function and make us want to sit down? And in which case, actually spending money to upgrade is going to help your business? Or are you just going like, I need the perfect table, it needs to be this depth, this width, this height, and you sit on that for months and you're just overwhelmed with options. So you need to think about that. Yeah, so I guess putting it back to everyone, what's something that you got specifically just because it made you feel like I'm a nail tech, I can get started now, versus something that made you just go, oh my God, I have to, like, I can't do anything, analysis paralysis? Pick one of those two.
I'm broken and I'm always the opposite of everybody else with these things because I'm just like, I'm just gonna do it. So the only thing I needed, which isn't a tool and isn't what you were asking for, is a price list. Like that was the first thing I did was made a logo and a price list. And once I had a price list, I was like, okay, cool. I'll just wing it with my training kit. And I did. And then I just built stuff up as I went. And I don't know if you just heard that, but that was the dog snoring, not anything else. But I also just had this conversation with Josh literally the other day, being like, because with his side hustle, I was like, okay, so with your social media, you could do this, and you need this avatar, and then you can make this plan, and you can do these things. And he's like, yeah, maybe. But like, he spends so much time working on the website and like the products and stuff, but he doesn't do the thing to get the people to pay the money. And I said to him, you are the same as all of my students. You don't want to actually like try and get money because then if you don't get money, you failed. So you just you don't try. And then it's not failing. It's just their fault that they didn't find you. And he's like, yeah, yes, that is true. That's like a definite version of analysis paralysis, kind of executive dysfunction that we see all the time, is people making excuses as to why they can't start. But yeah, I'm broken. For me, I was just like, how much am I going to charge? Okay, cool. Give it to me.
I really wish that I were like that, because I overanalyze and I feel like I have to get all these things that somebody will be like, you are a legitimate business owner now and you can go and do things. And also, I just love shopping. So why did I start with like 30 to 40 colors? I don't know, because this lady was like selling off all her stock because the person who was supposed to start her like salon to do nails like bounced or something. And she was like, I don't need this anymore. And then I bought it all because I'm crazy. So
I will say grass is greener. Like when you say you wish you were like me, I think I would still choose to be YOLO now, think later. But when you say that you overanalyze first, if you YOLO first, you still have to overanalyze later when you clean up the mess from not having thought about it in the first place. Like thinking still happens. It's just either preemptive thinking or cleanup thinking. And I would still prefer to do cleanup thinking because at least I got the thing done. And I do see how paralyzed some of our students get where they just don't try for like years and then they give up. But grass is greener. You don't necessarily want to be my brain.
it would be so nice to like clean up. Sorry, Crystal, you were saying something.
I think the thing that I thought that I needed to start getting actual clients as opposed to models for my lessons was a logo and a business name. And it wasn't until like Summit last year and we're doing the social media takeover or whatever it was, that I just sort of decided, okay, no, this is going to be this, and played around with a few things and thought, oh yeah, we'll go find me some clients now.
I remember at Summit, we came, like the entire Monaco Summit chat, or not chat, everyone came up with your name because you like introduced yourself. And we were like, ooh, Crystal Blythe nail artist. That's fancy.
Mine wasn't so much something that I had to buy, but yeah.
We named few people's pages. We named Crystal's and we named Wendy's.
Wendy's, yeah.
Oh, yes. Did she keep that name?
Yeah, I think so.
So, yeah.
And there's some fresh meat at Summit this year, which at the time of recording is a couple of weeks in the future, but at the time that you're listening is a couple of weeks in the past. But there's fresh meat at Summit this year that may need names.
Oh, fun. Okay, get your thinking hats on. And then we can, if they're like over analyzing things, we can send them to this podcast episode. No, wait, it won't be out yet. We can just mention things that we remember.
Yeah.
We'll be like, we thought about you.
Yeah.
And you'll find out in 2 weeks' time.
Send us a voice note. If you want us to name your business, send us a voice note.
Yeah, send us voice notes anyway that we can include, or send us any random crap you think about from an episode. Send us an email or a voice note.
I want juicy ones. Confessions. Yeah. Am I the a-hole? What did you do? Or what's that other one? keep, marry, kill or something?
Oh, yeah.
Like, would you keep acrylic, marry polygel, kill builder? Ooh,
I would
juicy.
kill polygel.
You would kill polygel?
I've currently got polygel on because it's easy to do on myself.
I would keep builder. Wait. Oh, no.
Then marry builder?
Well, no, I'd marry builder, keep acrylic, kill polygel.
Interesting. See, that would be so fun. Oh, they could do it for us.
Yes.
Kill, marry, keep, Penny, Mal, or Pat.
Oh my gosh, they're gonna kill one of us? That's stressful.
I don't know if you
Okay.
have met our mental health, Mel, but none of us can handle that.
Funny.
I don't want someone to be like, I'm gonna kill Pat. I will like actually die.
Well, then they've achieved what they wanted to do.
Job done.
Also, what popped into my head, how we said we need a song reference.
Hmm.
That said before, gadgets and gizmos.
You know what?
Yeah.
I am the queen of accidentally doing song lyric references. Wow.
I don't know that. Is that a kid thing?
Gadgets and gizmos aplenty.
Gadgets and what's it's galore.
What's it off?
It's from The Little Mermaid.
Oh, I've never seen The Little Mermaid.
What?
Next time Kaya's there, turn it on.
Crystal's out the gate because she's such a Disney person.
That's it. I'm going to kill Penny when it's my turn.
If anyone hears a little doo-doo, it's Crystal leaving the chat. Hey guys, Penny from the future here. Are you ready to take your salon to the next level? The Client Magnet is a free 5-day online coaching program by Monaco Nail Academy designed to help you attract and retain clients. With our comprehensive program, you'll learn proven techniques to grow your client base and keep your schedule packed. From expert marketing strategies to client retention secrets, we've got everything you need. Transform your salon and achieve the success you've always dreamed of. Join the Client Magnet today and start making your salon the go-to spot in town. Head to www.monaco.ac.nz/magnet.
Can we do like keep, marry, kill every episode, but make it be like either a technique or a trend? I think that would be fun. And then people can send us that after. Okay. I'll write that down after because I'm running this podcast episode.
I'll put
Thanks.
it in the chat right now.
Okay. So people tend to hyper focus on the perfect setup and we're delaying the scary part actually starting. So just these examples that we've talked about, you can make it work. You can literally be on the couch, embarrassing. You can be at your kitchen table. You can be in the bedroom. You can make it work. So don't let that stop you. But talking about our workspaces, does your workspace have a personality? And does it match your brand's personality?
Oh.
Mine does. I feel like mine's very easy. So my nail business is Jungle Nails. My office has got plant prints on the wall. There's cuttings galore in there. There's plants everywhere. Like, yeah, it fits.
I think so. Like, my salon is hard lacquer, which is a play on hard liquor, which so many people don't get. Lots of people do. Actually, a lot of men understand it immediately, and a lot of women are like, can I book in for the hard lacquer? But the thing is, my logo is literally nail polish pouring into a martini glass. Like, I put it on the sign, guys. But I think, like, my cabin is a work in progress. We just recently got prints on the wall. It was like, well, recently as in I got them off AliExpress 6 months ago. Then they sat on my desk for a couple of months. Then I ordered frames from Kmart. Then those sat on the dining table for a couple of months. And so it's like a 6-month process. But they're like these really cool retro prints of classic cocktails. So like there's a Cosmopolitan print. And I can't even remember the other ones. But like they're also in really cool, not pastel, muted bright colors. Halfway between a pastel and a bright, I don't know. It adds a lot of color to the room and it's on theme with like the liquor kind of theme. But what I'd really like to do is there's shelves up behind me that over time I really want to collect a whole heap of like colored glass vases, jars, whatever from the op shop and like have little clusters of like colored glass or like, I don't know. I kind of want to bring more color. I think that on my nail brand, color and vibrancy and fun is a bit more the vibe, and at the moment it's getting there, but it's not. It's a little bit of a dual purpose room as well because we've got Monaco stuff in there and It's 50-50.
That would be super cool. And then you could fill it with water stained with tea bags, like we used to do when we used to empty out here.
Yes.
Oh.
And then imagine, because I've got like a little Bluetooth, my Bluetooth speaker in the nail cabin is a cool fake retro like radio thing. And then imagine like the book library the swapper book thing that I talked about the other time, like in between the colored glass. Like it would just be such a cool vibe. And like I've got plants in there, so you scatter them in between. But it just, because like those things are cool and they make the place memorable and they make you worth more money, and like there's so many good things about it, but I've got so many balls in the air that it gets left to the bottom of the pile.
That's so cool though. It's like it's turning into a speakeasy kind of vibe, and
Yeah.
you've been in business there for a few years now, and it's only now that you're like, I'm going to start really upgrading the space. But it just goes to show you don't need that in the beginning,
100%.
and you can really evolve it. Like I love that. That's so
You
good.
can totally be in the corner of your bedroom.
Mine's pretty basic at the moment. I mean, the curtains don't even match.
Maybe that's the vibe.
No, they're also falling off like the clips are all breaking off, so I have to peg them back to keep them open without them hanging on the ground. But like my table and the client chair are pink. So hopefully I'll get some pretty pictures put on the walls and update the curtains so they at least match. And yeah, it's a work in progress.
For sure, it's a work in progress, right? Like if we think back to one-ups, which is you periodically or regularly upgrading one thing in your salon. And if you're like, what the heck, go back to our previous episode or do the client magnet and learn more about improving your marketing and also talk about one-up. So hello, somebody drop the link in the chat on Spotify. Anyway, so if you're doing the one-ups, then it's definitely a work in progress thing. You don't have to have the perfect setup when you begin. So that's why the thing about, do I need to upgrade? That's an important part of the conversation, because you might start off with, okay, I have a rickety chair, but what do I actually need to change to make more money? Because it's so easy to be like, I'm going to keep upgrading and making things beautiful, but then it turns out that actually it's not worth it. Like you just spent money and it didn't really translate into anything. So
Yeah.
I guess like it would be interesting if people could talk about, oh, actually, I didn't even talk about my setup. So let me quickly talk about my setup. My vibe is very witchy. I share a space with my friend, and we've got like a big skeleton, like a human-sized skeleton in the salon space, and her name is Anna, and she hangs out with us, and we accessorize her. We've got plants in there. We've got like tarot cards. We've got like crystals all over the place, and that's just the vibe. Like is very witchy. And we've definitely been slowly upgrading it as we go. So when it started, it was very chaotic in there. And then slowly it's like every time someone comes in, they're like, oh, you've changed something. And it's like, yes, because we're slowly working on this. We're not letting it take over our whole lives, because we would love to just like do everything all at once. But it's like, no,
Yeah.
take it easy. Just one up your way to success. Exactly. So on that note, like I said, you might be like, I have to upgrade everything now, but hold on a second. Do you actually need to upgrade everything? Because upgrading means there's a commitment involved, like how much are you spending, but also how much time are you investing and what are you going to get back? What's the return on your investment? So yeah, I'm going to say like an item, and then everybody chime in with your thoughts around, is it worth upgrading immediately, or is it worth just waiting it out for later or build up as you go?
Why don't we play more games?
Oh, yeah, I don't know, but this is a game. We'll treat it like a game.
No,
Okay.
That's what I mean, is this is a fun game. We should play more games.
Okay, well, maybe every time I run an episode, we have a game. No, why did I say that? I have just ruined my life. No! Okay, for the record, ChatGPT is helping me with this. So anyway, because my ChatGPT thinks like me and it's very helpful. First thing, fancy website. Plain website. Take your pick.
No website.
Website,
Yeah.
but basic website.
Nice. Define basic website for the people listening at home.
You need a web presence. Don't listen to Mel.
Mhm.
You need a web presence. You need to be Googleable. You need to have something that validates you as a business and stuff. But all you need is the logo and the header, a 2-sentence, this is who I am and where I'm based, and then your price list and how to book with either a gallery, separate page of gallery, or a part of the page that has a gallery, or scattered photos throughout the thing, like whatever. Obviously there should be photos of your work. It could just be embedding your Instagram feed somewhere on the page, but you need like logo, very short, brief, this is who I am, price list, how to contact you or book in, and evidence of your work. Chuck in some testimonials if you've got reviews or things that you can screenshot. Do that, but basic, just one page, doesn't need to be fancy. You want to add a separate link to the price list later, go for it. You want to add a link to book now, do it. But like, just be Googleable. But you can build that yourself. Go basic and upgrade it later. No rush to upgrade.
And the thing is, if you are scared of technology, which who isn't? I mean, I love tech, but anyway, like if you're scared of technology, or you're like, oh my God, I don't want to spend so much on a basic website, like, hey, good news, you can actually set up free websites. So if you don't know, or you don't want to pay for a fancy domain, cool, go on WordPress.com, or insert other free service here, Weebly or something. We're not sponsored by anyone. Hey, do you want to sponsor this podcast? WordPress or Weebly? Come holla at us. Anyway, yeah, just set it up for free. You could put your contact details in there. Like Penny said, it doesn't have to be a big thing. YouTube is your friend. If you don't know how to do something, just YouTube search it, which is kind of like Googling it, but on YouTube. And then you can go and figure it out. Or maybe that could be a podcast episode that, no, it won't be a good podcast. It won't be a good podcast. I can't talk. It's not going to be a good podcast episode. I will not continue my thought. Anyway, yeah, just YouTube search. So websites, yes, fancy, not necessarily. When do we need to upgrade the website, people? What do we think?
When you've got so much money, you don't know what to do with it.
When you can afford to get someone to do it for you.
Amazing. Okay. And you've already paid all your bills. You've paid yourself first. You've taken a profit. Amazing. Okay. So in other words, upgrading it is not as important. I'm so sorry to any website designers who are listening for saying that we don't want to spend money on you yet. You're just going to have to wait your turn. Thank you.
But also Mel has her own opinion on not needing a website at all, and that could be valid.
Oh, Mel, tell us more about why you don't need a website. Go.
Well, I do have one, but like Penny said, it's very basic. And do I ever look at it? No. Do I ever upgrade it? No. Do I ever check the messages from it? No. So it's pretty pointless, really.
It is not pointless. I don't look at mine. I don't have messages from it to look at. Mine is, it's 11:11. Mine is very clearly like, this is how you go do it yourself. Like, I don't have something I have to check. It just has the prices, and I don't change my prices, and the end.
Yeah, I think mine, like you said, just whenever I update my Instagram, it updates the photos on the website, I think. So I don't even have to check it, but it's there, but not my jam.
And you don't want people to be messaging you on your website. You want to direct them to where you do want them to message you, which could be your phone number, or it could be message me on Facebook or Instagram. You know, it could be that. Just give them instructions. But it's like, that's your presence on the internet that you own. People can find you anytime. Instagram's not going to randomly ban your profile, you know? But in saying that, if you are really technophobic, you can open an Instagram page or a Facebook page and have that be your web presence, I guess. But you don't own that. And you might also be like, oh my God, I can't think of a name. Breathe. Just start something. Make it your name. Okay? Make your website.
So back to our episode, what the heck is a Starbucks anyway?
Yay! Look at all the callbacks we're doing. We love this. Okay, next thing on the list. Table, thoughts? We already answered, but go. Table.
So important.
Yeah.
Who here does not have a table? Obviously, the silence speaks for itself. Everyone has a table. You need it. When do we need to upgrade the table?
Now.
I was going to say never.
But it depends, because Mel, if you started with the jelly bean table, are you saying that, like, so I'm not even thinking aesthetics. I'm like thinking in terms of our comfort and our future back issues and our future RSI and like all the things. I'm like, as soon as you can afford it, make yourself as comfortable as you can.
Yeah,
So
true.
it depends on how good your setup is, right? So if you have a table that is ergonomically speaking, the right height, the right width or depth, and it's easy for you to manage your appointment, you can like easily move the client around and everything, then keep the table you're at. That's important. But if you have like a rickety table, it's like too high, too low, you're going to make problems for yourself. Like Penny said, you're going to end up having issues with your posture, which is going to lead to back pain, which means you're supposed to invest in yourself. You are your best asset. If you are messing around with causing back pain, causing repetitive strain injuries, that affects your future earnings. So therefore, you need to make sure your table's good enough. Don't stick with,
Put it this way, is I go to the osteopath every single Thursday morning, and at the moment it's under ACC because I fell down and I really hurt myself. But his standard price is $80 a time. Even now it's $60 a time, subsidized by ACC until the effect of my fall stops. But like, so $80 a time every week is $4,160 a year. And
Ooh.
if depending on your pricing, like that $80 a week is at least one client. Like what? So I just don't start work until I've done 1.5 clients? Like what? Because that first money's going straight to Rory. And $4,000, I could go on holiday for $4,000. You think you don't need to upgrade your desk? If you can afford $4,160 a year on an osteopath, don't upgrade your desk. Have a fun jelly bean.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true. So I did start with the peanut jelly bean table. But then I think it's all perspective, right? Did I go from jelly bean to a top of the line table with a built-in fan and a this and a that and a that? No. I went to the warehouse and got a desk that was the right width for me and stuck that in my office. And do I still use that? Yes. Will I ever upgrade from that? Probably not.
I've had my desk forever. As soon as I had a good desk, done.
Yeah. Do you need the top of the line? No, but you definitely need something that's comfortable and you're not going to end up like shrimp.
Even though we do anyway.
Yeah.
moral of the story, your desk needs to be good enough. So think
Yeah.
ergonomically, not fancily.
Lining up with what Mel just said, don't rush with the whole top of the line thing. Don't rush to get one with an inbuilt fan. You're going to change your mind on what extractor you want, and there's going to be a fancier, more popular, trendy one next year anyway. Like, if you love one, go for it. But I have changed my extraction fan every 2 years because the technology keeps getting better and better and better. And I still have a desktop one. So I wouldn't, if you love a brand and you're diehard, cool, you do you. But having an extraction fan built into a desk is not the be all and end all. Hey guys, Future Penny here again. Just a super quick interruption to let you know that if you head to monaco.ac.nz/subscribe, not only can you sign up to our weekly newsletter, but you'll also get a free video lesson from our course, The Art of Pigments. That's monaco.ac.nz/subscribe.
Okay, next one, chair. Same thing as table, I think.
Mel has very good opinions on chairs.
Ooh, Mel, go.
She is a chair elitist, and I support it wholeheartedly.
They have to be good. Like, I feel more passionate about chairs than a table. Like, a table's a table. You're on it. But the chair, especially being a larger boned woman, I need it to be comfortable. Like, I'm not going to sit on a chair all day if my ass cheeks are hanging off the edge. Let's be real. My ass is going to get sore and my thighs are going to get sore. It has to be comfortable. So then I transfer that to my clients. So I don't have a chair in my cabin with sides. I don't have like a skinny, wooden, hard, fucking torturous chair. My chairs are wide on the bottom, soft, comfortable, and sturdy. Like, I don't want to sit on a chair and feel it wobble. Because my mind immediately like, oh, bitch, this is going to break. And then I'm tense for the whole appointment, trying to like stand up a little bit and hold some of my body. So yeah, definitely think about what your avatar would like. What would make them comfortable? But also for you, do you want a back? Do you want one of those ones with the little knee things that you can lean forward on? Or do you want one of those little like saddle stool type of chairs? What do you prefer? And find it. Find it with your whole chest.
Told you, resident chair expert.
What kind of chair do you have, Crystal?
My chair currently is one of our dining room table chairs. But I recently got a cute little velvet pink roller chair for the clients.
Yeah. And my chair is not fancy. It's just from Warehouse Stationery.
Oh yeah, mine's from 98.
Nice high back, so I can lean back in between clients. Like, yeah, it doesn't have to be,
Yeah.
again, top of the line, but you also don't want like, a rickety hard wooden chair that you're not comfortable on.
Can I say on the dining chair front, we recommend ones that are spinny rolly because it means that less of the pressure on movement is on your body, so you're less likely to hurt yourself. However, for many years, my chairs for both myself and my client were from the dining table. And again, like we've said, you do what you got to do to get underway. The easiest way to upgrade a dining chair, if that is your current best solution, is those, for like a wedding, you get the chair covers, but you can get elastic ones that like just pull over a chair and like suck on. You can get them so cheap. I don't know if like AliExpress or whatever, because this is a long time ago and I don't remember where I got mine from, but I literally just had these black stretchy chair covers that just went over the chair like a little chair shaped sock and just made it look that much nicer than a straight up dining chair. Like, it's not like you couldn't work out what it was, but it just like zhuzhed it up a little bit while that was my best option.
A bit elevated without breaking the bank. We love that.
I know they were super cheap. I just don't remember where I got them from because it was 7,000 years ago.
So, Penny, your chairs have wheels. I'm talking like your client chairs because and stuff. Your chairs have wheels and they swivel. Do you find that clients, because I know me, if a chair can swivel, I'm going like that.
That might just be a Mel thing. I need a chair that swivels because my space is quite compact from front to back. I've tried changing my desk around to face the other way so it wasn't, and I hated it. So I moved it back how it is. But so there's like enough space for me and enough space for the client, but there's not enough space to push your chair back. So you can push it back a little bit, but I need the client to be able to push back and then swivel around to leave. Especially because a lot of my clients are older, so I can't just expect them to swivel on their bums. It's a lot easier for them if they swivel on a swivel and then can just stand up. Like it's not that many, but I have a percentage of clients that are walkers or walking sticks or crutches or whatever. So I don't find that they swivel back and forward like Mel was demonstrating for those listening like a little kid, like swiveling left to right. I don't find that, but the one thing I do find that's annoying is that a lot of people will sit down facing the side, hand me their hands, and stay facing the side. And I don't know if any of you listening can relate, but it makes it so freaking hard to do nails if someone is not facing you. Like, their hands are facing you, but it is so difficult. So I will always just like put up with it for a minute while I'm doing a couple of prep steps, and there must be a certain point in the whole thing where it just becomes too much for me, because I will always be like, cool, can you just turn and face me now, please? Say it nicely, but like I'll get them to turn, but I don't really get like the swivelly.
Okay, so there's no real preference to like stationary or swivelly.
Nah, just whatever works for the space.
If you're thinking about the like mobility for clients though, like Penny saying with her more elderly clients, is that what we say, elderly? Anyway, if you're like, oh, but I'm on my dining room chairs, and you're like, I actually need that because some of my clients have that mobility issue, you can go on like Temu, whatever, and grab it's like a mobility thing. You look for a cushion that swivels, and you can put it on like your car seat or any chair, and then it's able to swivel easily without you having to upgrade your chair. I know. So if you're like, money's tight, but you need it, then you can get one of those cushions. And on that note as well, like, let's say you're like, I'm stuck on these dining room chairs, or, oh my gosh, I actually made a bad decision. I bought the wrong chair for myself, but I'm stuck with this because I paid $200 or whatever. It's just not in the budget. Again, from Temu or something, you can buy a low back protector or something, low back something. I literally...
Oh, the lumbar support?
Yeah, lumbar support. And it just sits on the chair, but it kind of cradles your lower back. And it is so handy. I find that if I'm working on a shitty chair for some other reason, like I'm on my laptop and I'm typing or something, it makes it so much easier for me to stay there because it's supporting my lower back. So you can get that. And that was pretty economical as well, like $10. So if you're like, I'm stuck with this chair, what can I do? Please help me. You can look for lumbar support, lower back support, and just get something to help tide you over. But definitely, as soon as you're able to, get yourself a decent chair. Your back will thank you.
Salon Success, the chair episode. Who knew we had so many opinions? Because I also want to add that my current chairs do not have a good center of gravity. The wheel, like the star of metal that the wheels are on, if that makes sense, the base, it's not wider than the chair itself, and like it doesn't feel that stable. Like I would like to upgrade my chairs, but I got these pretty recently, and because there's mine and Lily's desks, and I like our chairs to match the client chairs, I need 4, and that is a lot of money. So I can't upgrade just yet. But yeah, when you are buying chairs, just check the base, because if it's little, it's not a good center of gravity.
That reminds me, Penny, I think the first time I came to your house to film it, didn't I bring my own chair? But
Did you?
And I think I did, but it wouldn't fit in, and I was like, no!
I don't remember that at all, but it sounds like something you would do.
That's iconic behavior.
I tell you what, never ever sit in Lily's chair, because Lily is like 4'10" and like 50 kgs. She's the tiniest person in the entire world, like just the little petitest little nugget. And so to the point that to lower her chair for pedicures, she will get me to sit on her chair because her weight is not heavy enough to push the hydraulic down. If I'm not here, she has to literally like booty scoot, jump up and down on the chair to try and get enough weight to get it to go down, or ask her client to do it. But it also means that when bolts because she has to do that, she also loosens the 4 little bolts that hold the chair onto the base, and they periodically fall out. And the other day when she was like, can you please sit on my chair, and to lower it, I nearly died because she had allowed 3 of the 4 bolts to fall out of the chair and stash them in a little pile on her caddy instead of putting them back in, because she is so light that she can sit on a 1-bolt chair and it doesn't move. And then I sat and nearly just broke the 1 bolt in half trying to hold me on there, and I nearly died. So never ever trust Lily's chair.
I would not sit anywhere that holds Lily, ever.
Yeah, exactly. She's
Oh my gosh, that's terrifying. Side note though, if you had fallen, maybe that would have extended your osteopath appointment.
maybe, but we don't publicly defraud ACC.
But if you had fallen.
Yeah. And then they'd listen to this and be like, I feel like you could have bolted the chair.
But you didn't know.
That meme where he sits on the stool and the pole goes up the middle, that could have been you.
Oh, what a way to go.
There is a show called 1,000 Ways to Die. This is so random. It's like super old. There was an episode where this person bought one of those cockpit chairs, like in the jets, and somehow he sat on it and triggered the eject button, and it launched him through his house, and he died. So that's what. God. Yeah, that just popped into my head because Mel talked about the poll coming up. So hey, the worst thing that could happen is please do not buy an old jet chair and accidentally eject yourself. Anything else about chairs before we move on? Did someone say something? No? Okay. All right. Next thing. Armrest?
Like as in like elaborate?
Okay. So how badly do people need an armrest to work, or do they need to immediately upgrade? Because like I remember when I first started, it was literally
for us or for the client?
For both. Well, I guess in general, because it's part of the service, right? How badly do you need an armrest? Like technically when I started, I'm pretty sure it was like a rolled up towel. No, I had like a little pillow and then I put a towel on top.
I used a rolled up towel to start with. But I mean, it works. Yeah. It's not great, but now I've got one of those U-shaped ones with the
toilet seat one.
Yeah.
That's what it reminds me of.
But they work really well.
They do work really well.
I mean, Pat, don't you have that one as well?
I do have one, and then I got both Lily and Penny on them as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have them too.
I don't. Mine is just one of those kind of rectangle looking ones with the forelegs. But before that, I just used to use a roll of handy towel and put that down.
Hey, that is easily cleanable.
And it was just there, so I used to just grab it and put it on the thing.
My first ever desk had an armrest, the wrist rest thing built into it, I guess, but it was fine. I didn't know any better, but it was really low. And then I just had a cushiony one from, don't remember where, but like a cheap cushiony one that I would wrap a towel around. And then now I have the toilet seat one. And the thing is, I thought I would hate that one, and it's life-changing.
I actually genuinely agree. Like, I love the toilet shaped armrests so much. Like, I can't imagine switching back to the rectangular ones or a rolled up paper towel or a rolled up towel. Like,
I would struggle. They'd be so low. The
Yeah.
client would be so low.
and not only are they good for you in terms of like you're holding yourself differently, it makes it easier for you to maneuver, but also clients seem to love them. Like, first of all, like it just gives off this vibe that it's like, oh, this is a professional setup, and it just looks nice, it looks sleek and pristine, even if it, you need to tidy up in between and disinfect in between sessions. But also it also looks nice in photos. Like it you can take some really great nail fee photography with the armrests in the shot. So I just think it's a really great investment, and they're not that expensive if you buy from certain places. Don't be like me and spend a lot of money to buy one because you have no sense of impulse control.
I was waiting to talk about your one because, so we will not name and shame, but Pat bought her one for what, $169, wasn't it?
$135.
Okay. And then I tried it in like borrowed Pat's to try. And I was like, oh, wait, okay, I really like this, but I do not have $130 and I need two because I don't want it's not fair if Lily doesn't have one and it won't be matchy. So I need two. So I went on AliExpress and I found one that looked pretty similar. Like, okay, this will be fine. And I think it was...
No, it was exactly similar. And I knew I would be able to buy it, but I couldn't wait.
Spoiler alert, because it looked
sorry.
pretty similar, but it was like $48 or something. It was like just under the $50 mark. So then I ordered it, two of them, and not only was it identical, like the markings on the bottom of the feet, everything, it's the same box she got. Like it is the same one. So the place that Pat bought hers from had bought them from AliExpress. Like there's no way around it. Identical in the barcode on the sticker on the side of the box, like it's the same one. And we won't name and shame because honestly, bitch, if you can get something off AliExpress and make a like 100% markup, well, what is it, like nearly 200% markup, you do you. I'm so proud of you. Like, way to get an extra $80 profit out of Pat. But
and
yeah.
I wasn't the only one buying them.
Of course not. They're so cool and they weren't quite new, so we didn't really know how much they should cost. You getting yours for that price, I was like, okay, I guess that's how much they cost. And then I just couldn't afford it, so I looked for a shitty cheap one and then accidentally got the exact same one.
I just got mine off Temu for like $20.
Yeah, it's probably the same one.
They're all the same. They're all from the same Chinese manufacturer. So I think we're all in agreement, except for Mel, who has a different one, that you should have a good armrest. And if you can, get the toilet-shaped one. If there is a better armrest than that, please send us a voice note about it because we want to hear about it since we have had our lives changed by the toilet shape. Is there a better name for this? Toilet armrest.
No, I can't wait to get our first voice note.
Yeah, so if you want to contribute to the podcast, then if you're in one of our group chats, which you can go on our website and under For Students, there's links to the group chats. Some of them are regional, so you don't have to be enrolled at Monaco to join our regional chats. You just need to be like a nail person. So you can join those chats and send them there, or you can email them through to learn@monaco.ac.nz and then we'll include them. And if you want to be an anonymous, then you can tell us that you want to be, or you can send it in text and we'll read it out for you so that nobody knows.
So in theory, you could be in the United States and join one of our group chats, right?
Yeah.
It would just mean different time zone, so we'll keep you up at night.
Pretty much.
I just had another idea. We should get people to roast us. How fun was that?
Mel, what do you have against our mental health?
Mel, what? I cannot know.
I would
I
love to.
know.
We're too fragile.
If you would like us to be roasted, we can ask ChatGPT to roast us. I think I can accept that because it's a robot. But if an actual human being was like, her voice is annoying, I will die. Then I'll never be back on the podcast ever again, and you've
Yeah.
ruined my life.
I'm sick that day.
I would laugh my butt off and then I would cry myself to sleep.
So then why?
It'd be the sort of thing where on the thing we'd be like, ha ha ha, that's so funny. And then for the rest of ever, we'd be like, yeah, but people hate me.
Yeah, but she said that.
I would forever think about it. Like in opportune times, I'll just be like, oh my God, remember that one time somebody said that I say the word, I don't know, acrylic funny? And then I'll just think about that every time. And then I'll never think of anything again. And yeah, so no roasting. It'll ruin my life.
Penny from the future popping in just quickly to remind you that if you want more bookings in Salon, you can join our free marketing workshop, The Client Magnet, at monaco.ac.nz/magnet. When I was 7, my friend's 9-year-old sister said I had a giraffe neck, and I still remember it.
What? Children are so mean.
Mel's gonna fall off her chair.
But see, I love
You got that extra supportive chair, Mel.
Yeah.
She's like literally laughing at a 45-degree angle.
Lucky I've got all 4 bolts. What's next on your list, Pat?
The next thing on my list is the one that inspired this podcast episode. Dun. Hey, somebody guess. What is it?
Dust collectors.
Yes, dust extractors.
I've
Okay.
talked about it so many times. And do I have one yet? No.
So funny thing is, I ran this podcast idea through ChatGPT and I asked it to rate how much you need a certain thing. And fancy website was 3 out of 10, in case you're wondering. But dust extractor was 9 out of 10. So probably the only thing higher than dust extractor would be a nail lamp.
Base coat.
A base coat, and you don't even have a dust extractor. How do you live your life? Please tell me more.
I just don't have one. I just put a towel down and go ham. I just don't
That's
have
what
one.
I did for like 15 years.
Yeah. I always look at them and then I just can't decide which one, and then I just see the price of them and I'm just like, oh nah, I've gone this long without one, like I'll be fine. Check in with me in 30 years when I've got lung emphysema or something. And I'm like, get yourselves a dust extractor, youngins.
I don't have one yet either. I'd like to get one though.
Well, like as a sensory sensitive person, I've talked heaps about what ones I have, but I won't say the brands on this particular episode. Just like I'm not trying to call anybody out because I like the two. My original one is now on Lily's desk, and then I have a different one. My original one, it does a good job. It's popular. It was highly recommended to me. It's fine, but it was too noisy and I would just work over the top of it. Like I would almost never turn it on because I turn it on and then I can't think and people are talking to me and I can't register what they're saying and I don't want to talk back and it's just too much. So I'd turn it off again. It would be on for the first 7 seconds of every appointment and then I'd just work over the top of it. So then I still wanted to be able to get a second one so that I could move mine to Lily's desk so that they were matchy and like I didn't want her to not have one if I had one, blah, blah, blah. So when a new one came on the market, I don't know if it was new, but it was like very well talked about and like everybody was going on about how amazing it was. So I ordered that one. Now let me tell you, the second one I got that is now my one and the original is now Lily's. And let me also tell you, she just works over the top of it too, like as in turned off. But the new one is so much louder than the original one. However, now I use it because it is proportionately also better. So I don't talk over the top of it. Like if a client has something to tell me, like one of those sort of therapy session type appointments, I will turn it off and just work over the top of it so that I can listen to them and engage with them but also survive. But otherwise, I just kind of don't really talk back kind of thing. And we all have a mutual understanding that after the last dusty step, because I have it on for like, most of my work is backfills, right? So e-file the gel off, refine, blend, do my cuticle work, buff if I need to, and then it gets turned off because I'm cleansed, do all my things, and like I don't really do a lot of refine filing, but if I do, I don't turn the thing back on, like blah, blah, blah. So it's on for the first third of the appointment, and we just all mutually kind of silently, unwrittenly agree that we start talking when I turn it off. But it's so freaking loud, and I think that's so funny though, that like I can't handle the other one because it's not loud enough to stop me thinking, it's just loud enough to overwhelm me. Whereas my one now is so freaking loud, but it just stops everything that's happening in my brain. But it works so much better that I now, if I don't have it on, because I'm like, no, I can't be bothered, it's too noisy, which sometimes the last appointment of the day I'm like, I can't deal with you now. But if I don't have it on, now I notice the dust in the air, which for probably 14, 15 years didn't bother me. I just did the towel method, the patented Mel towel method. But yeah, so it's louder, and yet it's so good that I need it.
Justifies the noise.
Yeah.
Have you looked into it, Crystal, at all or not yet?
I've looked at some, but not really decided on anything yet.
It's quite overwhelming.
There's a lot out there to choose from.
Yeah, there are so many choices.
What you need to do is, at Summit, you need to just go round and try everybody's extractor fan.
That's actually a cute idea. Like, hey, it's your chance to try everyone's insert thing here. And figure out if it's right for you. And then maybe Monaco has affiliate codes and then you get a cut. That's so funny. I know for me, I really need the dust extractor because I have asthma. So the dust being everywhere is not helpful for my health. But in saying that, did I accidentally leave my dust extractor at Penny's salon for several months? Yes, I did. So I had 2 dust extractors, but none of them were with me.
It was for so many months that then when I got my own one, hers sat in a cupboard for several months, to the point that I nearly sent it to Mel because I was like, I can send it to you to try and Pat won't even know it's gone.
That was just me being disorganized because every time and you would think that's like, well, just have her mail it to you. But every time we would think about that, I would just go to Penny's house. So it's like, oh, don't bother. I'll just pick it up.
Yeah, you were at my house all the time anyway, so it wouldn't have made sense to mail it.
Yeah, and then I would be there, but then I would forget it. So then I'm like, oh, okay, next time you come. And then just over and over forgetting. So haha, ADHD, we love it.
Shout out.
Okay, next thing. So we've talked about this in one of our previous episodes, but we're gonna say it anyway. Business cards. Need them, love them, upgrade them immediately.
Need them, but go back and listen to the other episode. It's not that many episodes ago. It's like 5 or 6 episodes ago.
Hint, hint.
Are business cards still a thing?
In saying that, I don't have business cards, but I definitely do want them because after listening to that episode, it made sense. So now you listening, you're probably like, I need to listen to that episode. So go. But finish this episode first. Okay, next one. Wall decals and neon signs.
Don't need, but it adds to the aesthetic.
Yeah. Get it when you have profit.
Yeah. I would get one if I could find one that suited me, but they're all like flamingos, or they say like party, or if I could find like a planty one, yeah, I'd get one.
Are there any like plant decals? Now I want to know.
Decals, yes, but neon signs is what Mel's talking about because they're all flamingos. Or like, I thought about, there's a martini glass that's often in the thing, and I thought about getting that because it's on brand, but
you don't need it urgently.
nah. These are
What
a
are
1
some-
out of 10 for me.
ChatGPT rates it as a 2, but puts sparkle emojis. So pretty.
Did it give anything a 1?
Did it give anything a 1? No, the lowest was wall decals and neon signs.
There we go. We're in agreement.
Yeah. ChatGPT says these are mood boosters, and so that's cool, but only if it sparks joy and action. So I guess if you're the kind of person who is like, I can't get any work done unless I get myself this, but then no, don't gatekeep. Like, don't stop yourself. Just do it. Nike.
Sponsor us.
Please. Okay, those were all of the things I had in my list. Is there anything else that we want to chat about? Do I need this? Do I want to upgrade?
Brushes.
Yeah, okay, cool. So, what are our thoughts? Buy the best one you can out the gate or buy a shitty one and then upgrade?
I had my striper for years until it died, and I was so sad when it died. But my striper for years and years and years was out of a bulk pack of 10 nail art brushes, and that bulk pack was like $4 or $5. So that brush itself 50-cent brush. Loved it, would have died for it. But then when you compare it to a $50 brush with a weighted handle, and acrylic brushes, like, I mean, if you're learning, you are going to ruin your first brush, so get the cheapest one you can. But the second you can, like, pick up a bead without destroying a brush, get the most expensive one you can afford.
It really makes a difference for acrylic, I think. You really want, like, the Kolinsky hairs. Is that what it's called?
Kolinsky Sable, but also it's not just because you can get cheap Kolinsky Sable brushes. It's not just about the bristle. There's like the weight and everything. Just get the best brushes that you can afford once you know you're not going to destroy them.
So start with El Cheapo, learn, and then upgrade.
Yeah.
As soon as you can. Is that what we're thinking?
I don't know what Crystal and Mel think, but I just think a good brush is like, it makes your job so much easier. And you're like, oh, I'm so shit at this. And then you get a good brush and you're like, oh, I am an influencer.
I think, it depends what you're using it for. Like art stuff, any old brush will do. Line brush, like striper brush, you probably want a decent one. I have a whole jar full of brushes for every little purpose you can think of. And there's my ride or die favorite one that I pick up to do everything.
Same.
All the others just sit there and I use one single brush for lines, striping, art, everything.
My only difference is I have a pigment brush. And I would say that the right brush makes a massive difference for pigment, but it's not about cheap or expensive. It's about like bristle density and like fluffiness. Like if you think working with pigment is difficult, try a different brush. And it's probably also different person to person what works. But like I'm the same as Mel. I have so many brushes and then I just use one.
And my pigment brush is literally just an eyeshadow brush and it's my favorite.
That was mine.
Mine is the Be Creative purple brush from monaco.ac.nz. But I do have a fluffy one that when the purple brush was out of stock, someone recommended, I think it's like a P1 or something from Licente, and I got that one. And it's a lovely brush, but it's so much, fluffy is the wrong word. It's broader and like differently spaced than the purple brush. And it's only because that's what I was used to. The purple brush is much more like confined in some way. So I didn't really end up ever using the P1, even though there's like nothing wrong. It's a great brush. It just was too different to what I was used to. And then the purple brush came back. Yeah, but my default art brush is the orange brush, and I love the silver brush, which is thinner and longer than the orange brush. Technically, orange is detail and silver is striper, and when silver came out, I did go back to silver. I went to silver and like it became my new diehard, and then one day I just picked up orange, probably out of muscle memory, and it's just I've had one for a decade, and I just use it.
It's your comfort brush.
Yeah, that's a thing, comfort brush.
And you just know, like that reel always pops into my head when I reach for the same brush. In my head, those other brushes are like, she don't see us? You see me? Yeah, I see you, because I always just pick up the same one.
E-file bits.
Oh, yeah. Okay. I have something to say about this. I wanted to see what would happen if I just used like the cheapo ones from like Temu or something. And then I bought like proper ones. Oh my gosh, people, just buy the better e-file bits. It actually makes a difference. I thought to myself, well, it's just metal. Like, who cares? Oh my gosh, bitch, shut the fuck up. Like, what were you doing? What were you thinking? Buy the better ones.
I did the same thing. Even as a person who lectures people on not doing this, I bought a bulk pack off AliExpress and was like, they're so expensive. I'm just going to see what happens. No, chuck them all in the bin and get your expensive one.
Yeah, for sure.
I think the e-files themselves really, because you have no idea, like you think it's fine, but the issue with a cheap e-file is the amount it vibrates. And I did I did some training in Rarotonga recently, like as in I was teaching, and she was like, oh yeah, I've got a e-file already, blah, blah, blah. I was like, cool, great. And then I picked it up and like, I swear to you, my hand hurt within 30 seconds because my hand is just not used to the level of vibration that you get in a cheap e-file. But the thing is that she didn't even know it vibrated. You know, like it's just what she uses. She's like, well, you turn the machine on, it does this. Whereas for me, I'm so used to this lovely, delicate hum. And then hers felt like it was going to jackhammer out of my hand. I was like, I actually can't use this to take gel off a full set. It kind of already aches.
That goes back to what we were talking about this entire episode, right? About the ergonomics and health and safety. So definitely do your research and buy a good e-file. But don't buy an e-file straight away.
Yes.
No, train first.
Exactly. You need to learn how to do it manually. Otherwise, the e-file acts like a crutch. And then, you're just wasting product.
Yeah.
And time.
Seeing light, like a lamp, but not your curing lamp, your seeing lamp.
Oh, okay.
But you do have to have good light. I did go for a while without my half moon lamp, but it definitely makes things a lot easier.
I think it just needs to be good, but it doesn't have to be expensive.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. Like, it doesn't have to be the most expensive brand of a light. It doesn't even need to be branded. It doesn't need to be fancy schmancy Instagram ready half moon lamp. But you need it to be bright. You need to be able to move it around so that you can see what you're doing and also take great photos. Because if you can't see, that's dangerous.
And you don't know you can't see until you get a bit of light. It's the same with the brushes. Like, you don't know the brush is shit until you get a bit of brush. But like, you don't know what you don't know. You need to be able to see. But then my first light for like probably the first 10 years was a desk light on an arm, like the Pixar logo. But it was like literally from the 80s. Like, it had been in my house growing up as a child, as a small baby child. My dad had a drafting desk, like when architect stuff was done by pencil. He had that drafts desk that was like up on an angle, and it had this lamp attached. Like, I know this lamp was in my house my entire childhood. Somehow I ended up on my nail desk. Incredible. I miss that light so much. Oh my God. It lasted a good, how old would it have been? Like 30, 40 years. But now I have the daylight lamp from M&D. I bought it from M&D. I just don't know if it's M&D branded or whatever. And it's great. It's so bright. It's lovely. But I wish I had the Pixar movability. I love that light.
That sounds like a dream light.
Nadi has both, doesn't she? Doesn't she have like a Pixar style light and a daylight light?
Yeah, she has a Pixar style light as well.
And some people, I think Steph as well, we have the Pixar ones, one on each side, because they're so good. They're just from IKEA. They're like an IKEA tertial lamp or something they're called. And then you just get a daylight bulb from wherever. They're amazing.
I need to write that down. When I change, I got this M&D daylight lamp because I just wanted the C&D, I think, well, they were the first one I knew of that did the like long line daylight lamp. And I just wanted one forever, but I couldn't justify the price. And then the M&D ones were at Expo on the competition tables last year. And then they sold them at the end of the day for half price. And I was like, shit, I can't say no to that. It's a great light, but honestly, like, next time I need a new light, I'll give Lily that one, this like hundreds of dollars light, and I would happily change to 2 Pixars with daylight bulbs.
Yeah, and they're literally about $40-$50 each. Like, they're not expensive at all. I changed because I had actually one of the old Monaco in-person lamps, and it was just like a straight across downward light type of thing. But I found it really hard when I was painting art because the light would get blocked by my own hand and I couldn't see properly. I really like being able to move my light down or up or to the side, wherever, so I can see properly. I really enjoy that movability rather than just down.
Yeah, I hate how much I can't move my current light.
Sorry, guys. I have got to go pick up my youngest.
Thanks for joining us, Crystal. How fun.
That's all right. It's been fun.
It's been so good. See you next time.
See ya.
Bye.
See you next time for book talk, book club.
Yes.
So just talking about the lights, I think we're all in agreement that we need the tone of the light or the warmth of the light to be right? Like, we don't want yellow light.
Well, okay, but in saying that, the second Mel said about 2, I was like, okay, well, I know I want 2 to avoid shadows, but at the same time, like, I would love one to be a yellow bulb for doing lovely, warm, like, artistic photos at the end, and one to be a daylight bulb for seeing whatever the F I'm doing.
If you only have one, though, would you go for the yellow light?
No daylight.
Yeah. Okay, so make sure that you have a daylight lamp at home.
The reason for the daylight is because then you get to see the true color. If you had a yellow bulb, then you wouldn't see the color of the polish properly. And then people are like, you finish the nails and then they go outside and be like, oh, what? That's not what I thought I had.
That makes sense. Is there any other product that we want to talk about?
I mean, we're doing a disservice if we don't just briefly PSA that we haven't said curing lamps, but your curing lamp should match the brand of gel that it is curing.
And we have an entire episode about that, so you should scroll back.
It doesn't
Yeah.
cure safely unless it's been lab tested and you know for sure it's curing safely because blah, blah, blah. It feels hard at 55%. It's safe to wear at 95%. You don't have a way of knowing that it's between 55 and 95. You only have a way of knowing that it's definitely at least 55. And that's not safe to wear for 3 weeks on your nails. So cure with the right brand and then go listen to the episode we did about that.
There we go. Okay. Before we wrap up, what's your one tip for people when they're thinking, do I need to buy this or should I upgrade? Just one thing to consider. Mel, you go first.
I would say go without it for a while and then see if you really do need it. If you can do your service efficiently and to the standard you want without it, then no, you don't need it.
Mine does not answer your question directly, but it does answer the vibe of your question. Which I
Okay,
think
go
is
for
the
it.
most Pat thing I've ever said. But, but my advice would be quality over quantity. You do not need to buy 100 colors and 57 glitters and then tell me you can't afford an extractor fan or a better daylight or a good brush, because you don't need that many colors. You can literally have a white, a black, a blue, a red, a yellow, and a sparkle, and then custom mix every other color, and you are better off having good quality products and fewer colors and then just getting a new one every month or so and custom mixing whatever you want. And with glitter, you are not going to use half the glitters you think you're going to use. Even now, as many years in as I am, which I think is coming up 18 or no, I don't remember, a really long time. 2007 is when I graduated. Whenever that was. In all that time, still last year, I bought like 6 new glitters probably more new glitters at Expo. And do I use them all? Nah, not at all. I use a couple that became favorites and then a couple just sit there. And that's not even on me. That's clients aren't choosing them because I thought they were a good idea at the time. You don't need all the colors. You don't need all the glitters, but you quality over quantity.
Great point. For me, I think when you're thinking about upgrading or buying something, you need to think about how this fits into the longevity of your business. And I know that's like, what? Pat, you're talking about this? You love to spend. Yeah, I know, but I'm trying to give myself advice. Okay. So if you're going to buy something, how does this fit into the longevity? I mean, like, you need to make sure you have a good chair because it's about making sure long term you're taking care of yourself. If you're buying a dust extractor, that's also important because you're thinking about your lungs, you're thinking about the cleanliness of what you're doing. But if you're thinking about upgrading your website, that's not necessarily going to help with the longevity. You just need to get the basic thing. So that's my hot tip for myself.
If you are looking to invest in something expensive, like an extraction fan or something, or like a new brand or whatever, go into either like wherever your nail community is, but if you don't have one, jump into monaco.ac.nz/regional-group-chats. There's links to all our regional chats in there. Jump into your local one and find someone who has the things. You think you want a, what's that? Is the extraction fan Zephyros? Is that how you say it? I just wanted a brand that I don't have that one, so it wasn't one of the ones I was talking about before. But go into the regional chat and be like, hey, is anyone using Zephyros? Is anyone using this brand? Does anyone have this acrylic brush? Whatever. And then either ask to go and have a coffee date with them. I'll bring the coffee if you let me use it for 5 minutes. Or book in and get your nails done with them and be like, hey, I really want to wear this product and like feel it and see if I like it. But I also want to be open about the fact that I'm a nail tech. So if I bring coffee with me, can I come and get my nails done by you? Obviously pay full price, but then you get to wear the product and feel what it's like, see it being applied. Like, don't guesswork when it's a big, expensive decision. You have the resources to investigate.
Nice, great tips. And with that done and dusted, before you disappear, like our page or follow the podcast so that you don't miss the next episode. We'll be back next week. Mel, what are we covering next week?
Next week, we're going to be recapping Summit. yay! I can't wait. And we're going to talk about what we did, how fun it was, what happened, all the download, all the tea, all the goss. I can't wait.
Which is extra exciting because Summit hasn't happened yet in real life yet.
Yeah, that's why I'm so excited because I'm like, ooh.
The order that we film these means that Summit is 2 weeks away. But for you,
Yeah, this time
it
in
happened.
2 weeks. We'll be there living life.
Yeah, that's scary. I'm not ready.
I neither. Someone said it to me in the lesson last night and I was like, wait, what? 2 weeks?
Wait, is it actually 2 weeks? Oh my
Yes.
gosh, I don't know dates. Okay.
Actually, because Pat, in the Summit group chat, there's like people like, is Pat still coming? Because you've been off socials for so long. They're like, what if she's not coming anymore?
Oh no, I'm coming. Okay, I will go and have a look. Anyway, perfect. See you then. But until then, check us out on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and even TikTok by searching Monaco Nail Academy or follow our salons. Mine is Patsitive Beauty.
Mine is crafting a healthy meal.
Mine is hard like a NZ.
Have a great week, and we'll see you next time. Kakite!
Bye.
Bye.